Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. We are back. We are once again, live on weekly Shonen Jump Mondays, y'all. I mean, again, that One Piece chapter was not very good. It just wasn't. It wasn't very good. That's how I feel about it. All right, you want to have a conversation? Please do. You leave a comment. You know the deal. You know the deal. All right. You can find me in my Discord. You can find me on Twitter. Find me wherever. But that's neither here nor there. We gotta get into this My Hero Academia greatness, y'all, because this manga is great. It's a wonderful manga. It makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It makes me angry. It makes me hopeful, joyful, all those good things. All right. So I'm really, really looking forward to this chapter. So far the chapters have been very good. What was bad about the One Piece chapter was very good in like previous chapters. There's character development. I mean, Aoyama is a character that now I'm thinking about that's interesting. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what you got to do. You want to write great characters, you got to make them interesting. You have to make them so distinct that there's no way that you can forget about. You know what I mean? Like now I'm like Aoyama. I got Aoyama. When I think about Aoyama, I have like an image. I have like there's a texture there. You know what I mean? Like if I had to describe it, he's a character. He has a 3D sort of like three-dimensional kind of form, right? In terms of his like character structure. He's interesting. I like him. You know what I mean? He's cool. And if Aoyama turns out to be queer or on the LGBTQ spectrum, awesome. That would be phenomenal. I would love that. I'll praise Horikoshi even more for that. All right. But yeah, that's enough Aoyama praise. Let's get into the chapter. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be very cool. All right. Let's see. We're on chapter 169, y'all. Let's move into it. Volume 11 of My Hero Academia is coming out. I'm behind. I only have like 7 volumes of My Hero Academia at the moment. But that's just because I haven't been spending nearly as much money on manga and comics as I have like in the past, which is probably a good thing because I have more money, and like, bills are paid and everything's on the up and up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I gotta budget that. All right, but I'm definitely gonna order Volume 2 of The Promised Neverland. Not today, but at some point next week, I would say. Next week, I'll probably order it. But, we'll see. And My Hero, I'll probably get a few of the volumes, too, eventually. I gotta find another space for them because the shelves, like the sort of cabinet shelf that I have for all my comics and manga, that's not full, but it's full enough to where, like, the manga side, like, is looking kind of, All right. Check it out. Mina. Oh wow, she's doing breakdancing. That's cool. Mina's been dope. Mina's been dope from the get-go. All right. Or Aishido, however you want to call her. But Mina's been dope from the get-go. She's cool. She's cool peoples. Break it down. Her hobby is dancing, is it? Which makes sense. I mean, she's athletic, like she has a lot of energy, she's very cheerful, and dancing, it makes sense for her to be like, to be into dancing, to be into music, to like that stuff. Her hobby is dancing, is it? And there's Aoyama. All right, what's the point of a skirt if you're just gonna wear shorts underneath? Oh, Mineta, move on, Mineta. Just. All right, let's move on. So Ashido, okay. So Ashido's impressive command over her body comes from dancing. She throws her whole body into every action. I shall never forget how she burned my cape in our first trading battle. I wonder if I can do it. Get her to teach you. Yeah, boy, let's dance. Sure, please show me how. Excuse me, y'all. Kind of like Sato with his sweets, right? It's great when your hobby becomes in handy for hero stuff. How cool. Speaking of hobbies, what about yours, Gino? Hey, knock it off. Your room was like a musical instrument store. I'd even say that it's way more than just a hobby for you. Sheesh. Let's just forget about that whole King of the Rooms thing, okay? That was an awesome chapter. I love that chapter. That King of the Rooms thing is ridiculous. So funny, so funny. Nope, yours is a prose room for sure. I mean, seriously. I said stop. What'd I do? Oh, she blushing? Was that like a please stop praising me kind of thing? I don't know. I don't know. You know, do I think she has a crush on Kaminari? I don't know. I don't know. You know, would it be interesting? I don't know. But you know, I try not to ship too many people, unless it's like very clear that they're being shipped by the mangaka. Especially if they're kids, you know what I mean? It's a little weird. But I think that's there. I think she clearly like is like feeling like, you know, shy and kind of embarrassed about Kaminari like praising her. So it's probably like a crush or, you know, attraction or something like that. That's what I'm guessing. You know, and he's doing the whole like the cliche dude thing when like a dude has no idea that a girl like has a crush on him or likes him. And I'm talking about like in like school, right? Like in like K through 12, like when like they have no clue. You know what I mean? Guys would just be like, boo, I don't know. Like they don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know, you know? Totally dense. It's school festival time. Let's go. School festival time. Let's go. I love like this stuff, you know? And then, right again, this is a chapter like it's awesome stuff. I mean, let me just read the chapter. It's school festival time. Another SLE, short for school-like event. What about visiting Eddie today, Sensei? We'll talk about that later. School festival, the best SLE ever. Gotta pick what we're gonna do. For real, we're doing this despite what's going on in the world? Kirishima, you've changed. Wait, he's right. Even though all these villains are out there rampaging, a prudent viewpoint. But remember that UA consists of more than just the hero course. The sports festival is where the hero course has its chance to shine. So the school festival highlights everyone else. This doesn't get the same level of attention, but it's meant to be a fun event for the rest of the school. Not to mention the new dorm system that started with the hero course is a source of stress for many. When you put it like that, yeah, it wouldn't be fair to them. Right, which is why we just can't simply cancel the event. This won't be like this won't be like in the past. In the festival and in that the festival will be open only to students, staff, and a small group of outsiders. We aren't competing for the spotlight this time around, but each class will still have an exhibition of some kind. Today, you'll be deciding what that is. Tenya Ida. I know there's someone that follows me. She like adores Tenya Ida, and I would say that's an understatement. But it's like it's really like stuff like that is like, you know, like it's cool. Like it's good stuff. Like when you when you adore a character and everybody else is like, why do you adore the character? It's like, who cares? It's like you love that character. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like unless the character is like, you know, a psychopath child killer or something like that. You know what I mean? Like some like ridiculous stuff. Outside of that, you know what I mean? Ida's cool. I like Ida. You know, he's a cool guy. President of Class A will be leading this discussion. Let's work together to make this process as smooth as possible. First, suggestions. Those with ideas, please raise your hands. What explosive enthusiasm. We must do this in an orderly fashion. Kaminari, let's do a maid cafe. What? Maids providing a service, then not bad. Think bigger, Kaminari. Mineta, strip club. Yep, just put them in a bag. Put them in a burlap sack. Mineta, dude, we get it. Hormones, you're a little boy. You're going through some stuff. Go do that in a corner, man. Go do that in a corner. And then Kaminari with the maid cafe. I mean, have you read any articles on maid cafes? Have you heard about any women talk about their experiences in maid cafes? Like, it's depressing, y'all. So that's why when I see something like that, I'm like, it's supposed to be funny, but it's not really. Like it's like, but it makes sense, right? Because like, you know, little boys don't really like some of them don't really get it. They don't understand, you know, nor do they try to. So stuff like that is like, you know, it is what it is. in some instances, but also like, you know, be aware, y'all. Be aware. A mochi stand. Oh, Uraraka. Yeah, I like that. A mochi stand is cool. Let's see. Arm wrestling competition. Intense. Of course, Kirishima is going to do an arm wrestling competition. Haunted house. I can't remember Invisible Girl's name. I need to, like, she hasn't been in the story for like forever. You know, I'm pretty sure Horikoshi has plans for her. And those are coming. You know, because Ayama, he got his time. You know, and he's gonna get more time. Haunted house, not sure, but that could be interesting. A crepe stall. People could eat as they walk around. I like that idea, yo. Anything that I can go to when I can walk around and I can eat like different types of food, I'm always all about that. Like I'm always about that. And then Ashido says the dance. I like that too. I love dancing. To say that I love dancing is probably an understatement. I would say I love dancing as much as I love music, and I adore music. Like I adore music. Like music is like a large piece of my heart, y'all. So and dancing is the same way. I love dancing. If I could dance every day, you know, and I really would. Petting zoo. What is that? Oh, a banquet for the disciples of darkness. Yo, talk like yo, you doing too much, man. I remember his room though, so I'm not surprised. My very own sparkling show, huh? Yeah, I'm not surprised at that either, Ariyama. Open mic comedy, not bad. Yeah. Anyone else? Huh. This is a list. I believe everyone's given a suggestion. Let's eliminate the unreasonable, unfeasible, and non-specific ones. Merciless, huh? You were never gonna go with mine? Wait, did I miss Bakugo's? Did I miss a suggestion by him? I mean, I guess I'm supposed to read the list and figure out which one Bakugo mentioned. Let's see. Maid Cafe, Arm Wrestling, Haunted House, Mochi Stall, Banquet of Darkness, Dance, Strip Club, Open Mic, Presentation on Hometown History, Death Match. Oh, yeah, okay. Bakugo is Death Match. You know, or Martial Arts Demo, he might be him too. But Death Match is definitely Bakugo. Like, I don't know anybody else in the class that would even suggest that. Yo, I love that, right? Like, when I get into my review, I'm gonna talk about everything that I loved about this chapter, because I already love this chapter. Get rid of the hometown history presentation. Too boring. You know that was Ida. Yo, Ida's too. Yo, these characters are too much, yo. Yeah, that's for sure. Majority rules, and we're always having study parties. Is that study party? That's what I'm feeling, Momo. Yeah, I was only trying to be helpful. So good. Couldn't we combine all the food options into one? Soba and crepes don't exactly go together. Yeah, they really don't. Soba noodles and like crepes? That's weird, man. I mean, maybe if you have them in like separate like dishes, like, you know, just for dessert I have crepes and for whatever dish I have soba noodles. But together, that's nasty. Like I'm saying, crepes just don't mix with Asian food. Silence. Better just do the haunted house then. So much for maintaining order. Ding dong, ding dong. Oh boy, what a sloppy meeting. Better decide by tomorrow morning, though, because otherwise we're doing a regular class open house. Regular class? Coming up with nothing. Enjoy the video, then like and subscribe. Oh, wow. Where's the work study gang? And Bakugo. Extra lessons. Since they can't be here to discuss the options, they said they were fine with whatever we pick. Oh, and Bakugo's sleeping. Now that I've calmed down and thought about it, Sensei mentioned how the other classes are stressed out. Whatever we plan ought to help diffuse that stress in some way. I agree. If we ever hope to become heroes, we can't very well ignore a problem we had a hand in causing. On that note, honestly, since our fellow students are used to lunch rush's culinary creations, I doubt we could satisfy their palates. Oh, so no food stalls? Personally, I like the idea of providing the others with the service. That makes sense. We can't be the only ones having fun with this. In that case, some kind of interactive experience along those lines, maid cafe, petting zoo, or haunted house. A petting zoo would have to adhere to strict hygiene standards, right? So that's no good. How about open mic comedy? Putting amateur performers on the spot sounds stressful. We could all just dance. That'd be fun. Why not dancing then? Talk about unexpected help. Can I see this? I'm looking for this one thing. Forgot what it's called. People going crazy on stage. Yeah, here it is. I didn't expect this from you, Todoroki. When did you go and become a party animal? I didn't. I just think Ida is right. We should put together an event that everyone can enjoy. It made me think of our last hero license course assignment. What do they have you doing over there? I see. Again, we're basically asking amateurs to perform. Won't that be stressful? I can teach them. Two-step. Yo, I am with the two-step. Like, I love that. That's so funny. This chapter is so funny. Horikoshi, like, he's been doing the research, y'all. I feel like he was just like, Horikoshi just be on YouTube. He'll just be on YouTube just like scouring stuff like, you know, popular dance crazes, you know, random things to do during school, you know, time, school hours or whatever. You know what I mean? What is it that the kids are saying these days? What, you know, what's that hippity hop? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so funny. I love this chapter. I really do. The weirdest amateur here mastered those steps in less than a day. Ashido's a bona fide teacher. Wait, you bunch of amateurs. Dance means rhythm. Rhythm means sound. Club goers always want the freshest beats. Yo, Mineta looks ridiculous here. Mineta's such a, like, boy. You know what I mean? Like, Mineta's a boy. Like, in every sense of, like, a word, of the word. You know? It's like, oh, I care about boobs, and let's have a strip club idea, even though, like, you know, I know nothing about that stuff, really. You know, and I'm a kid. And then he's like, yo, the dopest beats here. Like, he just seems so ridiculous. He's such a ridiculous character. And when it comes to music, what? A live performance with your instruments, Jito. Hang on a sec. Why not? You're amazing at teaching people how to play, Jito. And you've always got a smile on your face when it comes to making music. But like Ashido and the rest of you, all your hobbies are somehow rooted in your hero abilities. But mine's seriously just a hobby. It's not something I can. It's not really something I can be proud of. So that's what that was earlier. But it's so cool how musical you are. Scamper. Jito, your talent can make people smile. That's definitely tied to being a hero in my book. I understand what the two of you are saying, but we have to let Jito decide for herself. Turning down all these requests wouldn't make me much of a rock star. So Class A's project is a dance club with live music. To be continued. I mean, are you kidding me with these chapters, man? Yo, Horikoshi, man. Horikoshi gives me so much life, y'all. I don't know how to explain it. But give me a sec. I'm gonna be right back. I was gonna put on the thing, but I gotta make sure that my fiance is not here. I'll be right back. What's up? We're back, y'all. Again, My Hero Academia gives me so much life, y'all. And this is getting into my review, right? Like, this is the kind of stuff that if you are not confident in your ability to write in like sort of different genres as like not only is it manga, but also like, right, like, and if you're also not confident that your ideas will be interesting to your readers and stuff like that, you get some One Piece stuff. You know what I mean? You get some of that One Piece stuff, like where it's like manliness, and I know boys like manliness, so I'm gonna do this manliness thing here. You know what I mean? Like. But look at this chapter, y'all. Look at this arc. Look at what we've gotten. We've gotten like legitimate character development, school stuff, like legitimate, like this, like Boku no Hero could be a slice of life manga. You know what I mean? Like Boku no Hero could be a school, like could be a school slice of life manga. If I had to pick anything in terms of what this reminded me of, it reminds me of Assassination Classroom. If you ever read Assassination Classroom, that's like, if you enjoy Boku no Hero, you'd love Assassination Classroom. I adore, not past tense, like present tense, like simple present tense. I enjoy Assassination Classroom so much. I love it. I love it to death. It was such a great manga. It ended the way it needed to end. It was relatively short, but had so much heart. You know, the characters are great. And it hit you. You know what I mean? It did things very well. Boku no Hero, My Hero Academia. I mean, did you see some of this stuff? I'm just gonna go back in the chapter real fast and just like look, like that ending of that. We're gonna make a dance club with live music. Like, this is some school stuff, yo. This is stuff that people do in schools. This is stuff that I see kids do in the schools that I go to all the time. They're always they're always having these events. They're always setting things up. They're always doing this, you know, stuff. It's like, this is real stuff, y'all. This is real school stuff, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Horikoshi's really done like a bit of that work. He's looked at particular things. He's clearly asked around. He's clearly done his research. And he's done it, and he incorporated this stuff into the manga in a way that's so organic and so wonderful and makes you laugh and makes you happy. And right? And just in this stuff, look at all these characters that get development during these moments. This is what I was saying about Reborn. I have in my Reborn streams, like this is when me and my other friend Nakamanga were talking about. Just like the issue with Katekyo Hitman Reborn is that it didn't have this. It didn't have those moments in between those battle-heavy arcs where we could sit with the characters, right? Outside of like the beginning of the manga / anime. The beginning of that was great because it was like comedy, but we also got like, you know, Dying Will, Suna, and all of that. But like after a certain point, after that comedy part, right, when we got introduced to Makuro, like that's when it got, we didn't get enough of this stuff here. Boku no Hero gives that to you in spades. It does it extremely well. It's funny, like it's great stuff. And even just the way that things are written, right? Like if we look at like right, we get Jito, we get that character development. That's awesome. We don't know if she necessarily has a crush on Kaminari, or it's just the fact that she doesn't, you know, that she's just shy because she doesn't want to talk about what she's great at because she doesn't feel like it's valuable enough or interesting enough. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff I like. It's complicated. Feelings are complicated. You know, and Horikoshi does that so well with these kids, so well. Now, there was one thing that I really, really liked, right? Like when Horikoshi puts up this panel, and it's like, here's a list of what every kid in Class 1A has chosen, and right, and it's like deliberate, right? He does that deliberately so that you want to scan through it, you want to figure, right, and then when we get like Bakugo's like, oh, we're not going to go with my idea. Then you want to go back and figure out, well, what did Bakugo choose? Right? It's like everything works together. The panels work together. That's what I'm talking about. That's like great panel work. That's great panel placement. It's great storytelling. You know, that's the kind of stuff that like One Piece is like, yo, where that been? Where's that been? This is why I keep when someone's like, you gave that One Piece, you gave One Piece chapter 893 a 5.5. I'm like, yeah, because it wasn't this. It wasn't nearly as quality as this. This chapter gets like a straight 9 for me. It's so well done. It's so subtly well done. And it's something that like when you think about it in relation to the rest of the manga and the rest of like and the arc that we got before and what's coming after this. It's just like, you know, you're going to see you already know that you're going to see greatness in terms of the battle stuff from Horikoshi. We understand this. We've seen him step it up as the manga has progressed, right? With every arc that's come through, right? but we still get this awesome slice of life, school life stuff. We still get the character development that's really funny, really heartfelt, really interesting. You know, we can empathize, you know, with these kids in certain ways. Really, really great stuff. Like every character, I have them in my head. The more I read this manga, the more the characters, like, right, they stick. You know, and they're always brought back. Horikoshi, man. I adore this manga so much. My favorite character for My Hero Academia, I'm not sure. I really have to think about it. Right now it's Kirishima, because that I loved his backstory. I loved his fight with Rappa. That was awesome. I love that. And if anything, it's a tie between Kirishima and Ashido, because Ashido is like the type of person that I genuinely like. You know, like if she was like this, like my age, I would like she'd be like one of my best friends. Like Ashido would be a person I'd be like, yo, Ashido, you so cool. What's up? What's up? You know what I mean? Like Ashido is like awesome. She's super cool person. I love Kirishima, and Ashido is probably a tie between those two. Like Ashido's like, right, like Ashido's is a dancer. I like to dance. Ashido's athletic. Generally, like, you know, I stay in pretty good shape. You know what I mean? Like, she's high energy. I'm pretty, you know, good high energy. I like to have a good time. I like to get to know people, stuff like that. You know, I would say I'm an extrovert. Sometimes I can be introverted, you know, depending on the situation, but usually I'm an extrovert. You know what I mean? Like, there's just like, both these characters are phenomenal. I love both of them. The One Piece chapter was just not good. It was corny. It was a corny chapter to me. I think, like, you know, like when I see stuff like that, it just makes me a little mad, because Oda is better than this to me. He's written better stories, better fights, better character development than, like, here's Katakuri was teased as a kid. Okay, like, yes, I get it. I get how that can be like impactful, but it's like, yo, we need more, Oda. If we don't get more, I'm gonna be like, what is that? What is that? The manliness thing was the corniest thing of that chapter. It was extremely corny. Extremely corny. Why? Because Oda understands that the majority of people that read One Piece are a bit older, I think. You know what I mean? If they're really keeping up with the manga up to this point, they're older. They've grown up with this manga. You know? And that's not to say that young people don't read One Piece, but it's just like, it's such this is corny. Manliness. Katakuri stabs himself so that there's an equal playing field. I mean, it's just the corniest. It's so ridiculous, man. It's weak. It would have been far more interesting if Katakuri did not harm himself and kept fighting Luffy. Now it's like, it's just boring writing. This match is boring to me. It's a boring match. Luffy versus Katakuri might be one of the worst fights I've ever seen in this in the manga. And people of course will disagree with me, because Katakuri's high, Luffy high. I get it. You love these characters. I love these characters too. You know? But it's weak. But in terms of Boku no Hero does look at this chapter. Look at the construction of the chapter. This is like a go-to course in how to write transitional chapters in a battle shonen, in which the kids go to school, or in which the kids like have like a group, sort of like family kind of dynamic. Or friends dynamic, or whatever, friendship group dynamic. Like this is it, man. So when people are like, yo, why don't you like One Piece chapter? It's because it was a weak chapter. It wasn't very good. And I'm always holding Oda to a higher standard than that, because in the past he's written great stuff. So don't tell me that Oda can't do better than that, because right. And I'm not talking about the art. The art is great. I always love Oda's art. But in terms of like the story, like what's going on right now is weak. So weak. I generally don't care. I almost fell asleep reading this chapter. In my mind, I was like, I almost fell asleep reading this chapter. You know what I mean? That's why it's boring. Not only is it boring, exactly, right? You mean, right? But like, right, like the whole Flampay thing. Oh, Flampay is useless. I mean, like Flampay is a character that's just been like thrown in there simply to allow us to see Katakuri's backstory. Really? I mean, right, and right at this point in time, it's not right, right? I told you the last chapter we got to see the Smoothie Sisters. Boring. They have long legs. Okay, who cares? It's just like, where's the rest? Where's the substance, yo? You know, and then Katakuri's like, get out of here, woman. You don't understand battles. I'm like, really? Really, Oda? Because you haven't had tons of women in your manga that are extremely strong and that clearly understand battle and that rule over people and that are strong-willed, and then you get Flampay, the Katakuri fan club, right? Like, it's like, come on, man. And I get it's kind of a joke because there are like clearly people that adore Katakuri, like in terms of like the fan base, but it's just weak, man. It's weak. It's weak. It's weak. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this. It's boring, yo. It was such a boring chapter. The only reason I gave it a 5.5. You know? The only reason I give it a 5.5 is because I'm not trying to make people too angry. You know, but you know what I mean? Like, he gives about a fair fight. What is that? Where did that come from? Why does he care about a fair fight? Where does that come from? And supposedly he has Conqueror's Haki. Why does it matter that he has Conqueror's Haki? It doesn't matter. But I got to get back to My Hero Academia because that's what this video is about, right? Like that's what this video is about. Again, I'm going to have that One Piece stream. It's going to happen. We're going to talk about this stuff. But My Hero Academia, when you compare the chapters and you compare how well Horikoshi sets up the way his storytelling, it's just better. You know, if I had to extremely honestly give like my opinion about that chapter was a straight 4, maybe even a 3.5. That's how much I enjoyed the chapter. It was so weak. I might actually downgrade it. I don't think I've ever done that before. I think usually I up it like when I'm thinking about it. But now that I'm thinking about it, that One Piece chapter gets a 3.5. Yep, I'm sticking with that because that's how much I despise that chapter. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was such a bad chapter, and it was insulting. It was such an insulting chapter. That's how I felt about it. You know what I mean? The whole family is all about Big Mom, and now he's in this mirror world match, and he's like, I'm gonna stab myself because manliness, because fairness. Like, really? You're a pirate. What are you talking about? You're part of the Big Mom pirates. What are you talking about, man? Just nonsense. And then when we look at this chapter of My Hero Academia, it's so funny. It's so good. It's clear that Horikoshi is sticking to what he wants to do. He's got his ideas. He's putting it out there. And if anybody else is like, you know what? I don't like this. Horikoshi's like, y'all can kick rocks. You know what I mean? Horikoshi's like, y'all can kick rocks. This is what I'm giving y'all. I'm giving y'all my like clearly he clearly put so much effort into these chapters. He thinks about these things, right? Because they're so funny, they're so interesting. He gives these characters development, legitimate development in these settings that makes sense, right? It's not like, oh, let's set up a fight so that Jito can get development. It's like, no, let's put them in school because they're in school and because they're students, and let's have them develop at school because it makes sense. And people are like, yo, where the fight's at, though? Where the fight's at, though? I'm like, really, man? Really? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. This isn't even about, like, growing up because I think there are children that genuinely enjoy this stuff, right? This is not about, you know, growing up or, like, yo, mature or whatever. It's like you love the fights too much, I think. Some people love the fights so much so that they don't want to see anything else. And I'm like, that's really sad because this stuff is golden. That substitute teacher stuff, like where they were like, yo, we're gonna be the teachers for today. I love that stuff. right? Obviously, I'm a little biased because I'm a substitute teacher, but it was so well done. It was so well done. It did what it needed to do. It developed these characters. It had that moment between All Might and Endeavor, and that was handled extremely well. All Might didn't give him no answers. He was like, yo, you got to figure that out for yourself, bruh. You got to figure that out for yourself. Look at all the work I did to figure that out for myself. That's why I was the symbol of peace, and in some ways, I still am the symbol of peace. Right? All Might's a legend for reasons, for the work. Endeavor, you got work to do. Go do that work. Ain't no shortcuts. You know what I mean? And then we don't get this like, whoa, really intense battle arc right after that. We get more school stuff. I love that. I adore that. I think that's so great. You know? I think it's so great. I think it's so great. That's how I feel about it. You know, and if I want to go through a bit more of this chapter, there's just certain grace, right? Like we got Tokuyami with the whole like, you know, goth sort of vibe. And I love that because like I knew goth kids when I was in high school. I was friends with goth kids in high school. You know, they were all about that life, but it didn't mean that they weren't interesting or that they didn't matter or that they didn't have personalities or that they weren't funny or whatever. They were cool people. Some of them were like, I was really close with some of them. You know? Like all these characters, they get so much development and I love it. I love it. Like, but that, I mean, it's just, right? And then once we get that sort of the story of Aoyama, we get more Aoyama. Now when we see him in particular panels, we get him a little bit more. We see him doing particular subtle things where he's thinking about the students as certain things are going on. And you know what I mean? Like, that's good stuff. Horikoshi, you awesome. Shouts out to Horikoshi, y'all. Shouts out. All right, I think I'm going to end this stream because it's so long. It's so long. But but for me it's fun because like it's cool. I'm talking about this stuff. But it's like some of this stuff, like what's going on, yeah? I don't know. I really don't know. Do not know. All right, but you know, just man. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay. I'm gonna end this stream because I've been talking for almost 40 minutes. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. Again, One Piece gets a 3.5 out of 5 because it was very cringy. It was really corny. I didn't like it. I was bored. I almost fell asleep, legitimately. And we're moving on to Hunter x Hunter, y'all. We're moving on to that greatness that is Hunter x Hunter. Can't wait for that. Because the end of the last chapter was like, what? Really, really cool. So let's move on to Hunter x Hunter, all right? I'm the Black Manga Critic. That was my live reaction / review of My Hero Academia chapter 169. And, you know, sort of a continuation of the rant, my rant about One Piece chapter 893, all right? I'm the Black Manga Critic. This was awesome. I'm moving on to Hunter x Hunter, y'all, and I'm out.